Hello. Good morning.
Everyone. Good
hello,
morning, Rob.
hello. It's a beautiful day today, and I'm
It's
stuck
probably
inside.
it's probably a bit warmer for you in Western Australia than it is here in Victoria, let me tell you.
Yeah, I've got the fan going right down there at the moment because it's it's warmish in here at the moment. So
I've got the fan going, but it's not blowing out cold air. It's blowing out warm air.
I wish it was blowing out cold air. At the moment, it's just mildly warm air that's being blown out at the moment. So yes, but good morning.
Let's see who we've got. So we've got Rach. Rach was in very early this morning. She said morning all, and then she said she realised she was an hour early. So very good, Rach. Good to have you with us and that you're on early time. Maya Kayama, hello. Yes, no, look, see, started off, no technical difficulties. Hope that didn't put the muzzle on us. You haven't frozen, have you, Rob? Oh, good. And then I said that. Coppercat Mary Jo, good morning from Arkansas. Yes, you missed us all last week. We had some technical difficulties. Yes, because Western Australia is trying to secede from the Commonwealth of Australia. So there was a little bit of a blockage there. But that's a constant ongoing thing, so we can't do much about that. Wendy, good morning. We can't hear you, Rob. Oh, no. Wendy, must be you. Good morning, Wendy. Hope you're having a good day today. I can't hear you, Rob. He's gone again. Thrifting Old Style, good morning. Great to have you with us. The Smiley Thrifter, good morning. Cindy, how are you? Great to have you with us. And His Highness, the Disgruntled Octopus himself. Yes, you might want to watch my nugget later. I'm going to give you a starring role in my nugget today. Just thought I would. And, yeah, pesky daylight savings, exactly. It's finished. Yay! Which is really good, really good. Look, I even put up a special book for Rob this morning, which is a book that I picked up recently, which is called Robbie and the Blobbies. And it's actually quite a rare book. I can't find comps for anywhere else. And it's a 1970s science fiction story. But, yeah, I thought seeing as Rob's my co-star, Robbie and the Blobbies was quite, yeah, good. And I even got some spooky dolls over there behind me. So when he comes back, I'll have to show, because Rob loves spooky dolls. Yes, we have a bit of a thing with me with my spooky-looking dolls. Octo says, I gave myself a starring role for Sunday. Okay, good-o. Look, I do have to say, I will comment now. I do have to say, I loved your last reaction video. I thought it was excellent. And I guess what I also think was great were the comments that you got. And I haven't commented yet, but I'm going to do that today. I was meant to do it yesterday, but I had one of those days where everything was just like happening all at once. I made a list in the morning yesterday, which was really silly because I usually do make a bit of a list, but I kind of made an extra big list because there were lots of things that I needed to get done this week. And I should have just put a few of the things that could wait till later in the week. I should have only put a few of them in, and I put a lot of them in, and yeah, it wasn't a good idea. So I finished up having a bit of a schmozzle of a day. Here he is, back again. I can hear you singing. Yay. We love technology. Oh, no. Where'd you go again? Where did you go? Rach says, yes, it was good. It was good, wasn't it? Yeah. Because I think that's one of the things I'm not going to go, I won't say any more because that's a little bit what my nugget's about today is about, that and how as resellers we behave in the places we source. So, yeah, I thought I would do that. Christian, morning all, listening in the background at work. Is that, the little cherubs that you're teaching there? Giving them full attention, that's good. Recommerce Dave, good morning. Good morning, GG, Rob, and everyone, he says. Well, Rob's vanished again just for a sec. He seems to be having a few issues with his sound again. Smiley Thrifter says, morning, what time is it there? So right now it is 10:34 a.m. So it's not too bad. It's mid-morning. But Western Australia is 2 hours behind us. So while it's, say, 10:30 here, it's 8:30 a.m. where Rob is. So that makes a bit of a difference. Western Australian tech is behind the rest of Australia, as is everything in Western Australia. We will say in the eastern states. Yes. Yes. There's a little bit of, what's the word? What's the right, a little bit of fun rivalry between the eastern states where we are and Western Australia, which is like it takes up whole west of the country. Vintage Bonnie, good morning. Great to have you with us. Love the nuggets. Hello, Gigi. Thank you very much. Yeah, I love doing the nuggets. The nuggets are good, and I'm glad I sort of came on that sort of idea of doing the little short things. There weren't any last week because I wasn't feeling 100% last week. I had a little bit of a asthma cough thing, which made it a little bit difficult to talk, which, I can't have me doing things when I can't talk. And then when we had the technical difficulties Thursday with the live stream, so last week was just a bit of a loss, really, as far as YouTube went. But, yeah, I'll be back. I'm back. I've actually already made a What Sold video, which I haven't uploaded yet, but for last week, because I had some good sales last week, so it was good. It's 8:30 and 8:30 p.m. So you're on the same time as Western Australia, except you're yesterday and we're tomorrow for you. How about that? Because you would be the 17th of April, I'm assuming, Smiley Thrifter. It is the 18th here. Yes, indeed. Sandra, good morning. Great to have you with us in the thing. Rob's just having a few little technical difficulties again, but he will be back. He will be back. We're just trying to get him organised. He has been in and said hello. It's just that, he had to leave again, which is a bit of a shame because he's got all the news notes. So I'm not going to be giving you any eBay news because he's got all the notes for that. So, yeah. So what else is happening? How's everyone's sales been going? Up and down like the proverbial. It seems to be a slow day today. eBay currently for me is turned off. So hopefully, fingers crossed. I've got some fun stuff coming up with my nuggets and YouTube because I've actually just started an Etsy store to sell some of my vintage books.
Do you hear me? Hello.
I can. Yay!
Oh, got there finally, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. Something is fighting for the microphone, and I don't know what it is. I've got everything closed down. It's just having a fun time.
Yes. Well, as long as it's not something live or Maya says her sales are all over the place, and Wendy says us how eBay's been for me, Granny. Up and down. Couple of great days, and then it's yesterday, as usual, seems to be for me. I keep saying it. Yep. Wednesday, crap, and then today so far nothing. But we'll see.
Hasn't been too bad for me today so far. I've had a bit of interest in a Bluey DVD set at the moment. So, yeah, that looks quite promising, which is really good because, apparently it got censored for the US audience. So it is quite a popular item over there. So
it is. And I believe you watched a few episodes last night.
God's sake, why?
Did you? Oh, are you gone again, have you?
Hello?
Yes, you're still here. Yay. Right now you are. So did you ended up watching some?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, this is going to be fun. Why can't I hear you?
Oh, no, you can't hear me. Can you read lips? Can you read lips? Maybe I could type it in. Maya says, also, I'm glad you got your sound back. Yes, but now I can't hear you.
What if I can't hear you?
Great. How's your Amazon adventure going, Gigi? On pause at the moment, Dave, because, Amazon's a little bit hard because I'm only actually, what's the word? I've only got permission to sell new books at the moment, and I have got enough new books to put up.
Can just listen.
But I actually want to do second-hand books mainly, so vintage sort of books. So anyway, then I got onto Etsy. So I'm doing that little trip first. So I'm going to do the Etsy thing, get that sorted, and then I'm going to go over to Amazon. So, yeah. Although I will say, so one thing about Amazon, they're quick. I bought myself one of these. Not quite sure why I did, because a lot of my books don't have barcodes, but for the ones that do, this is great. So I can just scan the barcode in and do comps with that, or device is not connected. That's not good. It's great for doing comping. It's great for when you go to enter your stuff in. I don't have to type that the number in. If it's got a UPC code, I can just go and off it goes. So it's good. $18. I got that off Amazon. Thank you, Rob, for the link, and got it here really quick. So, which was good. Rach says, "What was happening to our TV, Rob?" It was the sound bar. We figured it. You figured out it was a sound bar eventually. Great. Right, let's try it again.
I still can't hear you. Can you hear me though?
I can. Yes.
Well, I'll just have to lip read you then. Fun episode, won't it? Having to play it like this.
Yes. Well, I guess we can do the news.
I don't know what's happening, guys, and I really do apologize. So, yeah, this will be a fun one, because maybe if I go, if I play, so, if I play the YouTube in my ear, I might be able to hear something.
Yes.
But I will also be able to hear myself echo. So there might be a delay in listening to... yep, I can hear myself on an echo.
Way.
Alrighty.
All right. Excellent.
Let's...
Yes. So Rach said for you, to let you know, that was happening to our TV, Rob. It was the sound bar we figured out eventually. You must have been talking about that. So that's good. Okay. And Wendy says, we can hear you, Rob.
Well, that's good. Well, I'll just go and say a quick hello. I can see Rachel's there, Maya's there. Good morning. Hello, Coppercat, Wendy, Thrifting Oz Style, the Smiley Thrifter, Another Chance Collection, Cindy. Hello, good morning. Oh, it's that one, Mr. Octopus. Good morning to you, sir. Forest Finds, good morning. Recommerce Dave, good morning, and Vintage Fonny as well. Good morning. Sandra, hello. Have I missed anyone? I do apologize for the sound issues again. I don't know what's happening. Yep, I'm listening through YouTube at the moment in my ear, so I can hear a slight delay. So if I start going off on a tangent, or if I start looking at the roof, it's because I can hear myself echoing with a 3-4 second delay. So yeah. Anyway,
well, apparently Dave says the scanners are good to check your lotto tickets.
Oh, I can kind of hear you.
And then he did ask me, did it scan QR codes as well? Yes, it does. Yeah, it's a 2D.
Anywho, should we start with the eBay news?
We should. We'll just say one more hello. We've got Junk in the Trunk, new. Hi, Junk in the Trunk. Great to have you with us from across the world in the US. Tell us where in the US you are. That would be great. Yay.
Good morning, Junk in the Trunk.
And we've got Bronwyn.
Well, we're over in Australia here, and I do have some news for the US as well. So
excellent. Yes. Good morning, Kai. Great to have you with us.
Start with the news. If you agree with that, Leanne, just nod your head. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so starting off today, we got Retail Fest. That's currently happening over in the Gold Coast at the moment. The event brings together retail professionals, industry leaders, as well as innovators to discuss the latest trends in the online e-commerce sector. eBay does have a booth there, and they are holding events there. And I know there are some social media people from YouTube there as well. You've got Mel from Burnout, John the Reseller. You've got, who else was there?
Two Aussie thrifters
from the Aussie Flipper, and there was one other person as well. Who am I missing?
Two Aussie thrifters. I
can't remember who off the top of my head, but there's also the eBay selling panel as well. Oh yeah, Two Aussie Thrifters. Oh, Brad and Jazz, I apologize. I'm really, really sorry. I missed you guys. Sorry. I'm not on the ball today. So basically, the attendees are going to get a diverse range of panels and activities to be able to participate in there, which is really good. It's basically a platform for resellers in the e-commerce market to get together to basically talk about trends and ideas that are currently happening in the market. Next big news is the eBay UK has announced a significant change for private clothing sellers. Beginning last week on the 8th of April, 2024, private sellers who are selling used clothing will not be charged a final value fee, which is really nice to see for them. So the policy applies to both new listings and existing unsold items. The move, of course, encourages private sellers to list more clothing, boosting the overall marketplace and supporting the circular economy as well. eBay's chief commercial officer, Sholho Mi, said that by giving consumers even more power and choice, we're ensuring that eBay will remain a primary destination to sell and buy clothing. eBay has been known for the home of e-commerce, and basically the initiative helps to support this going down the track as well. I know that there is some friction with the professional and business sellers in the UK because they are not included in this promotion, and they are not too happy about that decision there, that it's only being provided for the private sellers only. So that is a bit of an interesting move there. In a major development in the auction world, so eBay has announced its agreement to acquire the auction house Golden, which is a auction house in the US for high-end collectible items. So the move is set to enhance eBay's inventory and connect Golden sellers with a new audience, being the eBay platform, improving the overall shopping experience for collectors and enthusiasts worldwide. eBay CEO Janine Lamone expressed enthusiasm, stating that eBay is relentlessly focused on providing the best inventory and the highest level of trust for our global community. The deal announces today that our mission of reinventing the future of e-commerce for enthusiasts and collectors. So yeah, that is a really big update there, because Golden do have sort of ties as well with PSA as well, which is the grading company for items there. There are currently weather issues in the US as well, which is affecting the USPS for domestic shipments. Many packages are taking longer to arrive than usual. eBay is currently closely monitoring the situation and adjusting delivery timeframes as appropriate. The platform is assuring sellers that it will provide updates and necessary protections as the situation evolves, and that they will be looking to remove potentially the negative feedback automatically, as well as late shipment defects as well. So yeah, just be wary of that if you are in the US, or if you are selling to the US as well, that ground services are currently delayed over there. And then finally, we've got eBay is rolling out a new generative AI-powered feature called Shop the Look in the US. So the immersive carousel presents customized outfits based on a shopper's history and style preferences. Shop the Look aims to provide customers with a curated shopping experience by showcasing new and pre-owned apparel and luxury items tailored to their tastes. So basically, eBay has a wealth of data that they're going to use to try and basically match that with their customers. And the feature is designed to improve the overall user confidence, enabling them to visualize their purchases. So, yep, that's today's news for the 18th of April. And we will go to today's show. And yeah,
interesting. And then look, I will say, with regard to getting your defects for late shipment knocked off, and I mean that's one thing eBay do well. And I did notice I had some late shipment defects went up last week, at the end of last week, but I just thought I'd sit on it for a minute, because I thought I'm pretty sure most of those would be the ones that had gone over to Western Australia, which is what they'd been talking about this morning, back to what it was prior, lower than what it was prior. So that's good. So they do that really well. Junk in the Trunk is from Delaware. Mayor is from Maryland. And John Roberts is with us this morning. Good morning, John. And he says, new backdrop for Rob. Nice.
Okay.
Mayor says, I've been wondering if Macari's fee... Hey?
Yeah, I'm down in the dungeon today, so down in one of the aisles.
Yes. I said to him earlier that I thought it was good because he looks contained. Makes him contained, so yeah. We'll see. I've been wondering if Macari's fee change triggered eBay UK to make the change as well. Not sure, since Macari doesn't have a UK app. Yeah, not sure whether that one is that, but I mean, look, I guess that they look at everything. Junk in the Trunk says, I hadn't heard the mail was delayed. Glad to hear they're handling it, as some of my items are stuck in the system. Thanks for the info. Our pleasure, Rob's pleasure. USPS has been really slow lately. I'm really considering switching to UPS since Pirate Ship has such good upgrades. I don't I just don't have a convenient up store compared to how close my post office is. Yeah, and I mean you guys in America have more choices than us. We don't sort of have quite as many choices when it comes to freight here. Dave says eBay UK is trying to counter Vinted UK, which doesn't charge private sellers any fees. Right, that would make sense. Yes. Jenna, hello. Love having you with us. Good evening, fellow flippers. We missed you, Grumpy Granny. I know. It's been tough. I'm just finding it really hard to get around all the stuff. And the time, unfortunately, the time that your live's on is usually the time I'm doing my mail and all that sort of stuff. And it's hard. I know, but I do miss you too. Hey, Jenna. We've got Jen McGonnell in the house this morning too. Good morning, Jen. Great to have you with us. And everyone's saying hello to everyone else. Recommerce Dave, I didn't know Vinted had no seller fees. You're probably right.
Good morning, Jen. Yes. Hello.
So there we go. Well, good. Oh, we're caught up, Rob. Oh, no, here we go. Dave's got another comment. eBay US has just announced that sellers who select calculated shipping.
Yes, so just for everyone who may have missed the earlier start, I do have a bit of a delay in my ear at the moment because it is playing up. So I think I just cut Leanne off there again. So I apologize to everyone. I'm very sorry. It's yeah.
One of those things, isn't it?
Yep.
Do you want to read?
Learn how to lip read.
Yeah. Do you want to read Recommerce Dave's comment? Or no? Yeah, I can read it. eBay US has just announced that sellers who select calculated shipping, that buyers will be showing
eBay US just announced that sellers who select calculated shipping, that buyers will be shown the actual shipping cost after discounts. Oh, sorry.
That's if you buy the postage through eBay. Yeah, interesting. Okay. I think. Yeah, because I've always thought eBay's kind of missing a big thing, aren't they, by not having that integration with Australia Post for us. That we can buy our Australia Post, but we should be able to use our Australia Post business account through eBay would be great. Would be. Jenna, how are your sales? But extremely slow couple of days on eBay. Oh yeah, everybody look, up and down, up and the roller coaster just goes on. Jenna says our sales completely dropped over the last few days. Ooh, that's not good. Sorry to hear that, Jenna. I just don't get it. Had really good sales weekend, now nothing. Yeah, Curtsy. Oh, never heard of that one. Have you heard of Curtsy, Rob? Curtsy. Curtsy is like a bonanza for Poshmark. We don't have Bonanza, Curtsy, or Poshmark in Australia. There you go.
No, I have not. Oh, okay. That's different.
Rach is off. She'll catch up with us later. Have a great week, everyone. You too, Rach. I'm sure we'll be chatting later in the Discord. So anyone that doesn't know, I have a Discord called Grumpy Granny's Discord. Just, got to say that. And we have a great time in there. And we had book club on Tuesday night, which went really well. One of the best book club nights we've had. Lots of people in, lots of chatting, lots of great information. The book club itself is going to be in the future. So for those that don't know, is going to be, how shall I say it, split up a little bit. So every fortnight we'll do a book club. And then on the other weeks, we're going to do some of the other areas of reselling. Next week we'll be doing clothing item specifics and stuff like that, just to bring in some of the other areas of a Tuesday night.
Can you hear that echo at all?
Can I hear the what? Sorry?
Can you hear the echo?
No.
Okay, that's good. I can hear you live now.
Yay!
Hurrah! No more having to lip read.
You weren't doing a very good job, though. Do you know how long I sat there going like this to get you to, but you weren't looking, and I'm going two. That was funny. Oh no! Now I can't hear you. No, don't do this to me. So Curtsy is like Bonanza for Poshmark, It imports your Poshmark store automatically. It actually has an app though. Okay, right. So yeah, a lot of these things we don't get over here. I've never heard of Curtsy. I'll have to check it out. Don't understand either. Just riding the wave. Yeah, we've all got to do that, haven't we? It just keeps on going. Unlike Bonanza, which doesn't have an app. Okay. Some do and some don't. Still can't hear you, Rob. Maya says, yeah, I put in my Posh closet a few weeks ago and it's been awesome so far. Yeah, no Poshmark here either. So, so at the moment I'm doing Depop for my clothing. I'm cross-listing from eBay to Depop for clothing. And then I cross-list to Etsy. I've just started my Etsy store for my vintage books. So that is just a new thing for me. So that's interesting, but it's good. I can still use the cross-listing tool. We sort of only have a couple that work okay that you can use in Australia. And Crosslist Magic is the one that I'm using, which seems to be working okay. Unfortunately, it's for women's clothing, shoes only, not men's. Ooh. So it's called Curtsy. You're showing up as muted on my screen, Rob. It's also it's iOS only. Oh, that's interesting. Mary Jo says, showing discounted postage will not affect me. I add the shipping and handling cost into the item price and already offer the discount I get to my buyers. Yeah. Yeah, you've got to do that. Jenna's downloading it now. Get onto it straight away. Yeah. Yeah, we have to all spread our wings these days. And I've been saying that for a little while now. Look, when I first started, I was always a one-platform girl. I was only going to do eBay and that was it. No others. And then, as time's gone on, the economy's changed, how things are selling has changed, and I don't think it's kind of not responsible to put all your eggs in the one basket on the one platform. You need to have that backup. So when, when eBay's not working for you, that you've got perhaps some sales coming in from one of the other platforms. Recommerce Dave says, eBay Australia used to pass through Australia Post discounts many years ago. When the Australia Post My Business started, it all stopped. Okay. All right. Yeah, which is a shame. Because, we get too big a discounts through having that business account to then go and, say, well, we're not going to use that. We'll buy our labels through eBay. It'd be so much easier. From my understanding, they have a pretty young Gen Z buyer base. But anyway. Well, that's not right. What about men's junk? Yeah, true. Oh, look, and you just don't know. Quite surprisingly, Depop I thought was has got that younger vibe too. But quite interestingly, last week, quite a few of the things I sold were, older looking, I thought, items, and one in particular was a men's cardigan. And then Bronwyn actually said to me, it's what's the terminology? Bronwyn, help me out here. It's, grandpa vibe, like grandpa. Oh, what's the word? I can't think of the word off the top of my head, but, it's like a special thing. So people are buying that. Good morning, Dee. Great to have you with us. So, yeah, a couple of my things are really vintage, really old-fashioned looking things, and apparently that's a thing, which is great for me because I've got lots of that stuff. Maya says, yeah, I know. I don't know how old the app is. It might be pretty new. Could explain why it's only iOS. Yeah, that's true. Maybe they'll expand it to men's eventually. Yeah, they might be just testing their water with the one thing and seeing how it goes. Sounds like a new platform. I have way more men's items than women's for some reason. Yeah, you tend to either go one way or the other, don't you? I've got way more women's than men's, but that's okay. Maya, not sure with Vintage UK, but I believe so. There's a pro version is also being released aimed at business sellers. Okay. Junk in the Trunk says, Mrs. Flippin' ain't easy. Same, I've had more men's than women's. Yeah. I just find it either tends. I seem to be able to pick up women's stuff, and then next time I go out, there'll be more men's stuff. It just comes out in the wash. And I stopped. So I used to cherry pick from my death pile what I was going to list each day, but I had to stop that because, let's face it, who likes delinting black jeans to take photos? Not me. So I would skip those, and then sometimes I'd skip the khaki sort of ones because they were, here he is, completely different. Hello.
Hello. I'm in a different room. I did move, yes. I'm in sunlight, kind of. I don't
You
like it.
are very nice and light and bright.
It burns. All right.
Dear.
So
Well, we can hear you.
we can all hear you as well. Hurrah.
We can. Which,
So-
grand parkour. That's it. Grand parkour. That was the term I was trying to think of. So that's it. And Junk in the Trunk says,
Alrighty.
Grumpy Pony, I see a banana in pajamas behind you. How do you say it? Interesting if it rhymes or not. Yeah, so this is a banana in pajamas. Hang on, which side is it?
Oh, we can get a creepy doll as well.
Oh, we have a creepy doll as well. So this is B1. So we have B1. There are B1 and B2. So they do look. If you can get B1 and B2, much better. I don't know whether this one. It does have a sound box, but I'm not sure. Do I have batteries in him or have him turned on? Let me have a look. Let me see. Can't remember whether I've actually tested this one yet. Yeah, no, not sure. Maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, he probably needs to be tested. This actually, like, to be truthfully honest, this actually was my son's. So there you go. He's 32 now. So it's probably time for B2 to find a new home. B1. But I was hoping that I've hung on to him for a little while because I was actually hoping to find a B2 as well. Because if I can have the two, the value goes up way up.
Well, that's if they're the same size, though, of course.
Well, yes, I'd have to get the same model.
So, yeah.
But just in a B2. So,
anyway,
mind you, the elastic's gone in his pants, though.
Oh, dear.
Yes.
Morning, Carl. Good.
Dear.
So should we get on to today's topic?
We should, I think.
While we still have me.
Yeah, before you vanish again, let's do that.
Yeah.
Good morning,
so
Carl.
I guess today we wanted to talk about the eBay store subscription and basically how it can benefit you and your business, basically. And those are one of our lovely little talking points that we wanted to get on today.
Because it is something I know you do and myself, we get asked a lot in the Discord.
Yes.
You know, when should I get a store? Should I bother getting a store subscription, or just sell as a seller on eBay? And, it's hard because people don't understand what the benefits are to them. And I mean, each person's got to make their own decision in reality for themselves, but we can tell them at least what are the pros and cons, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. So, one of the things you want to look at basically is, who is eligible to have a store subscription. So basically anyone who has an eBay account is eligible to have an eBay store subscription. There are no requirements to have, for example, like an ABN or a business or an ACN or anything like that at all. You can basically go to having a store subscription. Just be mindful that if you do change your account to a business account, you cannot change it back to a personal account. So just be mindful of that. If you do change that in the back office settings, that's completely different to store subscriptions. But eBay will ask you to change it to a business account, basically. So yeah. I guess the main question that you usually get is, when should I change my store and when should I get a store subscription?
Yes.
So in Australia, we'll talk about Australia only, unfortunately, guys, to the US and UK. You can do the calculations on your own through the eBay final value fees. However, in Australia, our basic store subscription costs $24.95. And that will give you a reduction in your final value fees, which is one of your main things. For this to be able to be compensated fully, you need to have at least $1,590 in revenue in tier 4 items for it to cover your store subscription cost of the $24.95. So if you sell $1,590 worth of goods continuously every month, that's when it's good to have your store subscription, because that's when you start making your savings. If you're selling less than that, then it might not be beneficial for you to move to a store subscription. Also, as well, you do have other benefits as well. If you are selling consoles, your final value fees for consoles and some other items as well actually drops down very significantly to about 6 to 7% for final value fees, which, going from 13% down to 6 to 7% on some items is a huge drop there.
Big drop.
Yes.
So if you're doing
Big
those, and there's always going to be caveats to saying, well, you need to have this many sales. But I mean, even before you had that many sales, if you're doing the consoles thing, it's well worth it to actually be able to get those final value fees cheaper all the way up too.
Yes, then the threshold does change quite significantly for your selling costs. Again, have a look on the eBay's final value fees policy for store subscriptions to see if it is beneficial for you, because everyone's going to be different. Some people might sell 1 or 2 consoles a month. Some people might just sell predominantly consoles, and that's when it could be beneficial at a lower revenue sort of amount there for yourself. So those are your sort of main criteria that you're looking for, is to make sure that you want to cover your store subscription costs. There are, of course, other benefits as well that you do get with a store subscription. So, for example, you do get access to the marketing hub, and also as well, you do have access to your store. And your store is you. That's one of the biggest thing I can tell you is, if you're starting off a brand or if you're starting off a business on eBay, it's best to have a store, because then you can market it to your customers properly. In my main store, I've got over 500 followers, and I send out weekly newsletters to them, so I'm able to be in contact with those customers every week and let them know what's new in the store. So there's those sort of things that do have your benefits as well.
Yeah, because it allows you to create that brand. And for those that don't know, like, essentially you can pretty up your store. So you can have a big banner at the top. You can put in your own little logo thing. There's lots of other bits and pieces that you can actually change and alter around, so that your store, when someone goes into your store, doesn't just look like everybody else's. It's different. It's unique. It's your brand. And that's a big thing.
You have access to your marketing tools as well, so you can send off coupons when you want to. You can have markdown sales. You can have customizable store categories as well. So for my new business and my new store that I've just started up, it's very beneficial because I am in the trading cards business for that one there. So it's going from just, if someone were to go into my store, it's going from, trading cards, collectibles, non-sport, to now I can have every single category of trading cards there in a store category. So someone can go, for example, to Magic the Gathering, and they'll just have the Magic the Gathering cards, or they can just go to Pokemon and it will have the Pokemon cards there as well. So it's beneficial in that way as well too.
Yeah. And I know we've talked about it a few times with regards to books too for people. I mean, I haven't personally done it. I did once start doing fiction, non-fiction, but I decided not to, because I predominantly do fiction anyway. But some of the guys that I know, like some resellers I know that are doing predominantly bookstores, have got their breakdown. So you can have a science fiction section, you can have a horror section, you can have a kids junior fiction section. You can create your own categories within your main category. So it's good.
Yeah, absolutely. So there are, of course, lots of benefits there that you can also use. You have access to very good analytics as well for your store too. So you have access to the listing quality report with a store subscription, of course, when it's working. So at the moment, my listing quality report, I don't have available to me in any of my stores at the moment. It's an ongoing issue, unfortunately, and it's difficult to try and have a business when eBay doesn't give you the tools that you need to have your business. So I am
getting mine, because it was broken completely there for a long time. And then eventually it came back, but not everybody got it back. So I got mine back, but you didn't get yours back. and it's very, very hard. And I will say, like, for people that don't understand the quality listing report, what it is, or listing quality report, technically, isn't it? For people, essentially, it allows you to compare yourself to what the top 10% of sellers are doing and the bottom 10% of sellers are doing in your categories. And when I say compare, like as in, you know, how many photos you're putting up versus they're putting up, you know, how many keywords you're using in your title compared to other sellers, and all the little things that you can work out, well, if I'm not doing as well as I want to, where can I improve? And it will allow you to see those areas.
You've also got the two other features as well in regards to listing quality reports. So you have your Google shopping rejections. So that will tell you if your listings are eligible to be shown on the Google shopping platform. So of course, Google do have their requirements that you need to have a nice clean background, no other words or banners on your items. It has to make sure you have the right UPC or NPN or manufacturer's part number. And you can't have multiple items and only selling one item, for example. So it's all those little bits that eBay will say, basically, if your item is rejected from Google shopping results, and it'll give you a reason why. The other one as well is you do have your funnels. And for me, this is what's the biggest importance for me for my business, is the funnels tell you how you are compared to others in your impressions, your click-through rates, and your conversion rate. So those are three really important numbers for your business. So your click-through rate is basically calculated on, so your impression rate is first how many times your listings are shown to potential customers somewhere on the eBay page. It's a bit of a misleading number.
Yeah, so that's for those that don't quite understand that. So it's appearing somewhere on the page that someone's looking at. Yes. They're not actually clicking on it or going into your store, but they can see your picture. They can see something from your store on there. So,
however, they might not actually even see your listing.
Well, no, they might not.
So the impressions, it might be, for example, down the very bottom of the page, and the user doesn't scroll all the way down the bottom, or it might be in the scrolling bar as well when the user doesn't go across in the scroll bar.
And, you know, people scroll really fast and they could just go straight past it. But, yeah, it's available there. Yeah.
Yes. You then have your click-through rate. So that's basically the number of times your item has an impression on an eBay search or page to the amount of times it's clicked through. So the amount of times someone will click on your listing from that, you know, it might appear in a search result, it might appear in another listing. So that gives you a number there as well. These numbers can be very misleading for you, because if you are using, for example, a high promoted listing rate, then eBay is going to pump out your listing to so many different places and you're going to get so many different impressions, and your click-through rate might be artificially suppressed because of that. And then your final one, which is probably, in my opinion, the most important number, is your conversion rate. So on my top 100%. List, in my top category, I was getting a conversion rate of 40%. So that meant 40% of customers who actually went onto my listing would go through the checkout process. So that number there is the most important number to me, because that tells me if my listing is good or bad. Because once a person is on the listing and they go through the checkout, it means that listing is fine if you have a high conversion rate there.
Yes.
So a conversion rate of 40% is extremely high. Yep. The usual average rate is around 3%. So, you know, if you're seeing your numbers and it's not as high as 40%, don't worry.
Don't freak out.
Conversion rates are 1 to 3%. Yeah. Don't freak out. You know, can use around the 1 to 3%. If it's a lot lower than that, then yes, maybe freak out if it's less than 1%. But, you know, you want to make sure you have a quality listing, and the listing quality report will help you determine if your listings are good or not. And if you're doing, you know, the same thing in each category, and you can see those high numbers there, then awesome, you know that you're on the right track. But, you know, you can tweak things around and you can move things around. It's a rolling 30-day report of sales that have actually happened through the platform. So that's a really important tool that you do get. with your store subscription. And
And
good morning, Kayfan.
Yeah, good morning, Kayfan. Thank you, Wendy. Wendy says, don't forget to give the video a like. Kayfan says, I'm late, but yes, I'm here. Good. And look, I will say that with the quality listing report, it does give you a grading of your this number out of X amount of, you might be 22 out of 500 or 5,334 gene sellers or something. And that is one thing. But that actual number is not taken. I don't think that's just by sales. It's not. It's based on everything. So it's based on your sales. It's based on how many items you list in that category. And it's based on the quality of your listings. So how many photos and all those things. So it's kind of like everything that's in that quality listing report works out that actual grading, correct or not? No?
No, that's a little bit incorrect. So the number that you're compared to with others is the gross merchandise value. So that means the amount of value of items that have sold in that category from your account compared to the other sellers who also have items in that category.
Right.
So, for example, with books, I believe there's over 20,000 users that are selling books on eBay in Australia, for example. So it will calculate your sales over the last 30 days from when the report was generated. And it will get the merchandise value. So nothing to do with postage, it's just the merchandise value. And it will compare you to the other sellers in that category as well.
Right.
So that's how that number is calculated. Yeah. So it's a little bit different, but it is a really good indicator on how you are going in the marketplace as well for that number too.
And it gives you something to aim for too, because that's one of the things I use as a little, like it's an incentive for me. And I've been saying along. So at the moment, I haven't looked this week. I think I was 22 in the jean sellers, which there are a lot of ladies jean sellers. Not in the men's. I'm not doing the men's. I'm not worried about the figure in the men's at the moment, but there are a lot of ladies jean sellers. And I'm sitting at number 22 last time I looked. And my aim is to get into that top 10 in the next few months. And then after that, I'm going to hunt down get down. I'd like to be in that top 3 if I can. So that's my aim.
Yes.
With that one, it gives you can create little goals for yourself, when it comes to that.
Yes. So, those are sort of really good incentive tools that you can use in your business, and it does come with your store subscription there. So for most people, it is a really important tool to look at, to be able to use, and to be able to base your selling and your selling goals towards, and you can use that tool along.
Yeah. Recommerce Dave asks, question, is it the sold merchandise value or the inventory merchandise value?
So from what I've been able to gather, it's the sold merchandise value.
Right.
So the gross merchandise value of the items that you've sold over that last 30-day period.
Right. Very good.
I'll just have a look. See if we can find the previous one.
So it's quite interesting, and the report itself. I mean, I have made a video about it. It was quite some time ago, but it will give you an idea of what the report looks like and how to move around it, because what you see on the screen when you open it up, there's a lot more to the report, and a lot of people don't realise that you need to slide, go use the scroll bar and go sideways to actually access a lot of the information in there. So you can actually go and find that video on my YouTube, on this YouTube channel. It goes through, not in great detail, but it does go through the basics of what is in that quality listing report. So it's a good introduction to it, I guess.
Yes, absolutely. Either one of the reports that you really want to have a look at. So your sales rank GMV in this section. So the GMV consists of the total value of all paid transactions between users on the platform during the applicable periods, inclusive of shipping fees and taxes. My
Okay. Interesting.
So it's shipping fees and taxes.
Right.
So it's of the items that have sold in that last 30-day period.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, good to know. That's good. Yeah.
So my last listing quality report was back on the 10th of February.
Oh,
Been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. And I keep saying it's ironic, isn't it? Because out of all of us, when we have a little chat about the quality listing report in the Discord, and out of all of us,
I get left out.
you're the biggest fan of the quality listing report, and you're the one that hasn't got it. A little ironic.
So back on, I'm sorry, the report was actually only generated last on the 13th of January. So back on the 13th of January, I was number 3 in my top category with a conversion rate of 42%. So yeah, that's why it's a really important report for me, especially as a full-time reseller. You really do base your business decisions on this report, and without it, you kind of blindly going along as you in this eBay journey. So
looks like I have a new one that I can access from the 15th, so I will get that later. And
oh, lucky you!
Yay! Yay!
So yeah, anyway, that's one of your having a store subscription. I guess I'll go through a few other ones as well. So you do have.
Do we have any negatives, Rob, other than the fact that we have to pay a fee?
I mean, in different jurisdictions, it's a little bit different to each other. So, for example, in eBay US, the amount that people pay towards their store subscription, they get back as a coupon every quarter to pay to buy eBay shipping supplies on the eBay platform. We, unfortunately, in Australia, do not have that. If you are in America, make sure you use that coupon because, if you can get free stuff from eBay, go for it. Take it.
Yeah, I'm always jealous of that one. When I hear them talking about their free shipping supplies, I get a bit jealous. But yeah, anyway.
Yes. I do know that, for example, you do get some dedicated customer support as well, so seller support. For my basic store, I don't get the same level of support or ease of getting through to an actual human compared to my other store, which has got a higher subscription cost. I do have do have a feature where I can access customer support 24/7 to a real person on the phone. So that is a huge difference as well that I have access to in the main store. That if I need help, if something were to really go wrong, I have access over the phone.
Yeah. But you have to, and that's one of the things, and I did that. I have gone back down to the lower one currently when, I had my back surgery and sales slowed down after that. But before that, I was on the higher subscription because I had worked it out financially that purely based on the amount of sales I was making, it was worthwhile to me because that's that little bit of difference in the fee reduction, in the final value fee reduction, made a big difference. Yeah.
Because the next level up, you're looking at around over 5,000 additional revenue coming in, or it to be worthwhile to go that next level.
Yes.
Because in Australia, the next level up is $74.99. I think the prices have gone up as well.
Yeah.
So it is a big jump between the basic and the featured store. And then, of course, you have the enterprise store, which is over.
Yeah.
Which is around $600 there. And again, you get premium support with that one too.
Yeah. Wendy wants to know, so you can go from a store subscription back to a personal?
Yep, so you can end your store subscription if you want to. There's no obligation, there's no contracts at all to stay in a store subscription. You can always change it. And
you can go up and down. So you can go like from the basic to the, what's the mid one called?
So basic to featured.
Yeah, to featured, and back again, and you can just go up and down as you like.
Yeah. Differences that you do have, the subscription cost for each country, of course, is different. So I know with the basic store in the US, it's $9.99 from memory, and it does go up from there.
But I believe they have one in the $30 range too. Then the next one up is about that, isn't it? Yeah.
That's correct. Yes. So, depending on where you are around the world, you might have access to different stores and different subscriptions. So the starter store is $4.95 a month.
Wow.
Basic store is $21.95. Premium is $59.95. Anchor is $299.95, and then the Enterprise is 5 cents shy of $3,000. So,
and I think the other thing for the international people too is because, see, we don't get charged most of the time. We don't get insertion fees, and you guys do. So getting that, even the basic store subscription will allow you to get more free insertion fees or lower. So you would want to probably think about getting a store subscription earlier than what we would need to in Australia.
Exactly. So with the starter store in the US, it gives you 250 free listings, which are included with that store subscription. And then each listing after that is 30 cents. And then your next store subscription is $21.95, and that gives you 1,000 free listings every month. Just remember, of course, those numbers are, based on if an item renews, that's classed as a listing or a new listing. So you have to be sometimes really mindful of your listings that you do have in place. And, as you're going up, you have 10,000 listings, 25,000, and then 100,000 free listings with the enterprise store. So, depending on where you are in your selling journey, a store subscription can, of course, be beneficial for you that way. It's just making sure that you're doing the math correctly to make sure it is working for you and your, purposes, of course.
And now that you're saying all that too, Rob, like it does make me sort of realise too. I mean, we're lucky here because we don't have that insertion fee. So if things keep renewing, it's not costing us when they're renewing. So we can leave stuff and let it get stale in our stores, like essentially without extra cost. But you'd have to be so much more mindful if you were paying those, renew fees, wouldn't you? Yeah.
Yes, interesting. That's right. So, it depends as well. So with my new store, for example, I haven't got up to the $1,500 mark in revenue yet for a calendar month, but I have gone for the store subscription already because it does give me those extra tools there. So I can have a store. I can have all the benefits of having a store. So I have the different categories. I've got marketing tools. I've got everything in the store that I need, and I'm paying a little bit for it, but I think that for the business to grow successfully and fast, I need to have those things in place there. So, it's just some of those things. So,
especially with a special, like a niche down store like that too, that's, uniquely for those collectible cards and some other top collectible things. Like, it's probably something that you can take. Well, it's not taking a risk. I guess it's just incurring that cost a bit earlier.
Yes, absolutely. So, it is beneficial for me business-wise, might not be financially wise, but business-wise, to set my business up straight away. So I'm not having to do it down the track of going, well, this item is, in this category, so I can now, put it into a store category now, instead of I can do it straight away now. Because I do everything in bulk. I do it with the bulk up listing tool, which is by a CSV spreadsheet. And, I've had a few issues so far with that, but it has been working out fine where you can upload, 300 listings in a click basically. So it is one of those great tools that you do have available too. So,
Yeah, sounds good. Well, I think we've come to the end of the thing and perfect timing.
I've only been here for half an hour myself anyway, so
and doing a little bit of
rooms.
Doing a little bit of travel in between. That's funny.
I've got to find out what is trying to fight for that microphone. I don't know what's happening.
Technology's
I'll blame Leando in the meantime. No, it's your fault. Yeah.
Well, and I'll keep blaming the Western Australia, because
Yeah, it's a time difference.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, well, thank you everyone for joining us this morning, and we will be back next week with another exciting reselling topic to talk about. Don't know what it'll be yet, but we will.
Put it down in the chat if you want to have a specific topic talked about, so we can, bring up some different issues for you. If you do want to talk about something, if not, just make sure you like and subscribe. And the Skylanders are going pretty good. I've only got a few left now. There's only about 40 left, I think it was. So they're just going away, and I'm never going to have them again. So,
We keep trying to encourage him to buy some more, but no, wait, he won't have it. So yeah.
No. I can't put a Skylander through a scanner. So.
True. That is true. Yeah, I wouldn't like to see that. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.